I talk a lot about the mind and how the mind is everything you have when it comes to your toolbox for how to mix. It's all up here. So how do you keep this straight no matter what's going on with people coming at you crazy, crazy mix revisions, clients who you might not think are on the level? This is what I do. You ready? I assume every single person I'm working with is Rick Rubin or was sent by Rick Rubin. And if you don't like Rick Rubin, somebody on that level, okay? Whoever you like, substitute that person. Because this is the point. No matter what happens, it's important that you maintain professionalism, you maintain your maturity level, you don't let your ego get in the way, and you don't get defensive no matter what they say about your work. It's very easy in the beginning stages to get defensive, to think everybody who tells you to change this, tweak that, this is messed up, this doesn't sound good, Bob. It's very easy to let that hurt your inside, to let it mess you up. Very easy. And as a result, it's very easy to respond in a crazy way. Now, all of a sudden, you're basically, you feel like you're being attacked, so you're attacking. That never helped anyone. There's a very important thing when it comes to working in this creative field, because like I said, it's abstract. We're dealing with stuff where there's no right answer. So you should realize the people you're dealing with are also creative people. And a lot of times creative people aren't the most mature. It's a fact, especially on the lower levels. Once you reach a certain level, usually the people got to that level because they have some level of they have some sense of professionalism, maturity. Their ego is not getting in the way of everything, and they understand people. Not always, but a lot of times there's like an emotional maturity within artists in some way, shape, or form. And this doesn't apply to all of them. But the point is this: no matter what they give you, if you know who you are, and you build this by just believing who you are, is how you build this strength, then no matter what they say, you take it as if they might be right. This could be Rick Rubin telling you what to do. This could be someone that he knows that he sent to you. This could be something that determines your future. And you have to treat it as such, every single person who works with you. Because there's no reason that you shouldn't take what they're saying with the mindset of, how am I going to achieve this? How do I achieve what they want? If you look at it that way, that's being open-minded and having the possibility always exist that you may not have got it right the first time, and that you may have to make a change or two in order to get this thing to the end zone, to the finish line where everyone likes it at the end. And now you have a repeat client, someone who's going to work with you again and tell other people how great it is to work with you. If you assume every single person you're working with could be your ticket, you will treat everyone better. You will treat them all as if there's some substance behind what they're saying and that they might be right. And believe me when I tell you, this is the key, because you never know who's testing you. You never know if somebody says, this guy's great, let's see what happens when we, work with him, and let's see what happens when we do this. Because they know that the crazier the people, like if you get somebody coming at you crazy and you respond in a way that's crazy, nobody wants to work with that person. That's not going to be somebody who can work on the pro level. You must maintain a strength and a fortitude within you. It's basically, fortitude, a fortress of strength that they cannot penetrate with anything, no matter how much they come at you crazy. Because like I said, you never know who's testing you, and you never know what could possibly happen. Even if someone's not on the level today, you never know where they're going to be tomorrow. So the goal here is, no matter how unprofessional they may be, you maintain professionalism, because you are a business. When you are mixing, when you're mastering, when you're producing, you are a business. And that business must maintain a code, a standard of behavior. And you set the standard. And the bigger your business grows, and the more you actually take on a role of being a boss at what you are, at what you're doing, you'll have people under you, and they're all going to take their cue from you. So you might as well start with this mindset of, nobody flusters us. Because that's the other thing. What you build inside, that strength that you build from knowing what you're doing and doing enough of it, that's a strength that nobody should be able to break down no matter what they say. That's a strength that is so solid that it allows you to maintain the clarity and the mental focus to make every single mix, every song you produce, everything have a quality, a standard of quality that's unbroken, because your mind stays clear. No matter what they do, you don't become somebody who's now all caught up in what is going on with a client with mix revisions that are crazy, or somebody who's totally out of whack and telling you don't know what you're doing. Whatever it is, you maintain up here, because that allows you to keep working on the next song and the next song, and nobody that you're working with has to pay the price for your mental state being out of whack, because like I said, your mental state is everything. That's going to determine how you hear. The way your mind is thinking and if it's clear or not will determine whether you hear the way that you are accustomed to hearing when you do great work. If you let anything in to penetrate what's going on up here and it breaks down your mental focus, you will not be making your best decisions. This takes strong-willed people, people who won't let their ego get in the way, people who have the maturity to never let anyone break down what they got going on. Because that's what happens when somebody comes at you crazy and you react. You can't let someone else's actions trigger you and your emotions and your feelings. You can't let that happen. Not when you're a professional in business and you expect to get somewhere. You don't let that happen. Whatever they do, it should not affect your mind. You need to keep your mind totally focused. Your mind is sound. All right? Nothing gets in there that you don't want in there. And that means whenever anybody comes at you, all you do, you smile. You don't let anyone's opinions of feelings or any nonsense make you doubt yourself. All you do is listen to it. You take it, and then you say, okay, you know what? I can do that. I understand what you're going for. Let me see what I could do. That sort of thing. Because those are the people everyone wants to work with. And not only that, somebody coming at you crazy and you respond like that, you may change their tune. They may all of a sudden have expected a reaction, and now that they don't get one, well, guess what? They lost all their steam, and you didn't let it affect you, and you got other work you got to do. Because that's the other thing I want you to realize. That one client doing whatever should not affect your client that next day, the one after it, the song you're working on. Never affect any of it. And it will if you let that in. If you don't let it in, you're in much better shape. All right? I don't expect you to be able to do this overnight, but you build this. When you feel yourself getting angry, realize they did that to you. Don't let them do that to you. Inside, you don't let it affect you. The way you don't let it affect you is by working on other things, and when you have a clear head, you respond. However, the most professional way you could respond is, all right, you fight the craziness with professionalism. That's how you do it. And nobody's telling you have to work with this person forever. The point is you just got to get to the end. And you get to the end professionally. Because that's how you build a business that you can be proud of one day. No matter what happens, you don't let your emotions run wild. All right? That's not what you do. You make sure every single person is somebody that you will have kept a good relationship with, if nothing else, on your side, regardless of what they do. You always acted professionally. And that's something everyone needs to do who's trying to do this professionally. I'd say take this with you through life, no matter what you're doing. No matter who you run into in life, treat them as if they're a family member that you love, that you care about. Because that will cause you to maybe go out of your way a little bit, no matter what's going on. They want something a little out of the box, you'll go out of your way if you treat it like it's a family member who you love. No matter what, if they come at you a little crazy, you won't get so offended because it's a family member that you love. You'll actually go the extra mile. And you never know when someone's testing you, and you never know when that extra mile is going to pay off in spades. That's how you should look at life. You will be better for it. This doesn't just help them. It helps you. And I want you to realize that, because I realized this a long time ago, and I'm a happier person for it. So I'm trying to give it to you guys. All right, do me a favor. Give me something in the comments. Throw something in there. I really appreciate it. It helps a lot, and that's where I get my ideas. So throw something in. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Evan Jaffe, Custom Cut Studios. You guys got this. Take it easy.